All right, this is lesson 6, polynomial operations. So the lesson pretext: solve the following problems, show your work in the space below, and fill in the bubble that represents the correct answer. 1, a polynomial expression is shown below. Quantity mx plus 8 times the quantity 2x minus 4. The expression is simplified to negative 6x squared plus 28x minus 32. What is the value of m? So I know that this m x, when I multiply it by 2x, has to give me negative 6x squared. Okay, so what times 2 is going to give me negative 6? Well, negative 3 will give me that. So negative 3 has to be my value for m, so B, letter B. Number 2, a polynomial expression is shown below. Mx cubed plus 4 times the quantity 3x squared minus 2x plus 4 minus the quantity 4x to the 5th plus 8x to the 4th. The expression is simplified to 2x to the 5th minus 12x to the 4th plus 8x cubed plus 12x squared minus 8x plus 16. So I know that when I multiply this value, mx cubed times 3x squared, when I multiply these together, I actually add the exponents, which will give me x to the 5th. So whatever I multiply by, I then have to subtract 4 from, and I will get 2x to the 5th. So I'm basically going to work backwards here a little bit. So from the 2x to the 5th, I'm going to add 4x to the 5th because this is subtraction, so the opposite of subtraction is addition. 2 plus 4 gives me 6. So I need to find something, my value for m, multiplied by 3 that gives me positive 6. Well, 2 times 3 gives me 6, so C has to be my answer. I can always double check. 2 times 3 is 6, and then x to the 5th minus 4x to the 5th gives me 2x to the 5th. All right, so some keywords: binomial, coefficient, constant, degree, like terms, monomial, polynomial, polynomial function, power, and quadratic equation. So a monomial is a term that consists of numbers, variables, or a combination of both. The variables can be raised to a power greater than 1. A polynomial is a group of monomials separated by addition or subtraction signs. There are special names for polynomials with 2 terms, or a binomial, and with 3 terms, a trinomial. After that, they're just called polynomials. So terms that have the same variable or variables, each with the exact same power, are called the like terms. So for example, 3x squared y cubed z and negative 4x squared y cubed z are like terms. Notice that the coefficient up front is different. I have a 3 and a negative 4, but the variables are raised to the same powers. So this is a monomial, but they are like terms. So x, they both have x squared, they both have an x cubed, and they both have a z. So like terms can be combined using addition and subtraction. Sometimes it is necessary to distribute or remove parentheses using multiplication prior to combining like terms. So example 1, I want to simplify 4x squared plus 3x squared y cubed minus x squared plus 7x squared y cubed minus 5. So looking at this, I'm trying to find my like terms. So I see that I have an x squared and an x squared, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight those. Notice I'm highlighting the sign that's out in front as well, because that will be important when you add or subtract them. I can also see that the 3x squared y cubed and the 7x squared y cubed, those are like terms. Highlight them. Okay. And then the negative 5 just gets to hang out by itself. It doesn't have anything that's similar to it. There's no other coefficients. Okay. So when I do this, I'm going to combine my like terms together. So I combine my yellow terms. So 4x squared minus x squared gives me 3x squared. That's what this is down here. Okay. And then 3x squared y cubed plus 7x squared y cubed. So 3 plus 7 gives me 10. Minus that. And then the minus 5 just kind of tags along. I can't do anything with it. All right, example 2. So example 2 says simplify 3 times x plus 2 minus 2x times the quantity x minus 2. So first I want to remove the parentheses. So that gives me 3 times x plus 2 minus 2x times x minus 2. So 3 times x gives me 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. And then negative 2x gives me negative 2x squared. And negative 2x times negative 2 gives me a positive 4x. Now I combine like terms. So 3x plus 6 minus 2x squared plus 4x. So again, I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. So I have a 3x and a 4x, and then 6 and negative 2x are going to be the same. So when I have this, they actually had it wrong because they forgot an x. Okay, so I have negative 2x squared, 2x squared, 4x plus 3x is 7x, and then plus 6. So that's my final answer, negative 2x squared plus 7x plus 6. Okay. So multiplying monomials, 2 or more monomials can be multiplied together. The coefficients are multiplied first, then multiply each variable separately. Recall the 2 rules below. Multiplication powers. Okay, so when I multiply, I add my exponents, and when I raise a power to a power, I multiply the exponents. So if I multiply 3x squared y times negative 5xy to the 8th, okay, so I multiply my coefficients first. So 3 and negative 5. That gives me a negative 15. Okay? Then I multiply my x values. That's what I look at next. So I have x squared and x, which is x to the first power. So that's x to the 2 plus 1, or x to the 3rd. Okay? And then I have y. So I have a single y here, and then I have a y to the 8th power. Well, y to the 1st plus y to the 8th gives me y to the 9th. Okay. Example 4, simplify 4x squared y to the 4th, all raised to the 3rd power. So the first thing I need to do is I need to look at the 4. I'm going to raise the 4 to the 3rd power. When I come down here, so I see 4 to the 3rd. 4 to the 3rd. 4 to the 3rd is 64. Okay. And I'm going to look at the x squared. So the x squared to the 3rd power is really saying x to the 2 times 3 power. Okay. So when I do that, 2 times 3 is 6. So that gives me x to the 6th. Finally, I have y to the 4th, which is really y to the 4th raised to the 3rd power, which is really y to the 4 times 3rd power, and 4 times 3, of course, is 12. So y to the 12th. Multiplying polynomials. 2 or more polynomials can be multiplied together. Each term of one polynomial must be multiplied by each term of the second polynomial. So I simplify 3x times 2x squared minus 4x plus 7. So I want to distribute this 3x to each term inside. So 3x times 2x squared is 6x to the 3rd power. 3x times negative 4x is negative 12x squared. And 3x times 7 is positive 21x. Okay. So I'm also going to simplify the quantity 2x plus 4 times the quantity 3x minus 5. So I'm multiplying 2 binomials. So I use the term FOIL, or first, outer, inner, last, to make sure that I've combined all my terms correctly. Okay. So I do 2x times 3x, which gives me 6x squared. Okay, so those are my 2 first terms. Then I go for my outer terms, 2x times negative 5, which gives me negative 10x. Then I do my inner terms, 4 and 3x, which is 12x. And I do my last terms, 4 times negative 5 gives me negative 20. Then I go through and I combine my like terms. Well, here are my like terms right here, the negative 10x and the 12x, which gives me a positive 2x. So I get 6x squared plus 2x minus 20. All right, example 7. A polynomial expression is shown below. Quantity mx minus 2 times 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 minus the quantity 2x cubed plus 3x squared. So the expression is simplified to 10x cubed plus 11x squared minus 18x plus 4. What is the value of m? So again, I had to multiply m times this 3x squared and then minus by 2x cubed when I simplify this out. So if I get 10x cubed at the end, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So that's 12. So what times 3 gives me 12? Well, that's 4. So it has to be B. Okay. You can also substitute in answers. So that's actually what they did. They substituted it in. I just worked backwards. All right. Go ahead and work on the exercises below. And then don't forget at the very bottom is your lesson post test.